All praises to Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Wadash. Double honors to the apostles, the elders of Great Millstone. Shalom salutations to the hopeful elect that's fighting the good fight of faith and truth in sincerity and wholeheartedly. Shalom to the Akwath, which is the women believers. Shalom to you. All praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai. So as you see on the video, a video that I saved last year, and since we getting close to that time, I thought I would talk about it because I was meditating on this. I said I mentioned this on the highways and byways. So I said, let me go back and see if I still got this up. So as you see on the screen, it say projected population by country Deagle for 2025. All right. I've been trying to figure out what Deagle mean, but that's really not important. The importance of the forecast of Deagle, as I say, Deagle 2025 forecast by country. All right. So we've been telling you, we always quote the scripture, the devil gonna come down with great wrath. And this is basically a playbook, not of how he coming down with great wrath is going to look, but this is what he imagined a lot of people have to go. So as you're looking at this, right? So when I push play, you're going to be able to see it all. But before I push play, as you see it, look what's under Deagle 2025 forecast by country. So you got population 2025, population 2017, population change. So population change is going into the percentages of how many people got to go. All right. So the first three sections is the most important.
Okay, so this is the Deagle forecast by country for 2025. And if we look at some of the ones that are highlighted here, let's go to like Australia. Australia is projected to lose 34.6% of its population. That is nearly 10 million people in 2 years. Then we can go down to, say, Canada.
Now, since I did make that statement in the beginning of the video, we can't really tell you the kind of process that, the devil coming down with great wrath is going to be. But scripturally, it talks about pestilences, which means diseases, famines, and also the sword, which, the wicked is the Lord's sword. So those are three main things that's going to cause, depop.
This is where I'm at. We're going to lose 1 in 4 people by 2025. And now this government document is handed out. It is an actual legit document. You can Google search it. You can look it up. We got like Cyprus, Denmark, Estonia, France, Germany. Germany is catastrophic right here. That is insane. Same with Greece. Japan is heartbreaking. It's 19%, but it is 25 million people. That's like the population of Canada. Then we got Libya losing over almost half its population, and Luxembourg losing over half its population. Malta, Moldova, New Zealand, Norway. We got Puerto Rico losing over half of its population there, and Portugal again, 1 in 4 people are going to be gone. Same with St. Lucia. South Korea, Spain is losing half of its population.
Now you realize that half of this list that's highlighted is Western Europe nations, just to show you that, this Edomite, he don't care about his own people. Even though Jacob is the focal point of the Depop, a lot of his own people got to go. So that's why we call Jacob's trouble the world's trouble. And as you see, it said, you can still see is at the very top by find related content. Puerto Rico going to lose 68%. That's Ephraim. All right. Israelite nation. So just to point that out there, that got like the highest percentage so far.
Sweden, Switzerland, Syria. Like, these numbers are catastrophic, and I don't think people are realizing or tying this all together. Like, look
at that. So you had Puerto Rico, Ephraim, the top tribe of the Northern Kingdom, at 68.4%. Look at United States, 68.5% got to go. All right. And what I'm really upset, because I was trying to find the Deagle Forecast 2025 map. And the map, since I can't find it, I kind of remember it. And basically, it was literally turning America into a desolate wilderness and basically squeezing everybody into these 15-minute cities. So remember the train derailments that was happening 2 years ago, which was polluting lands, and then they was telling people to get out of these areas because it's very toxic. They did that on purpose for they can confiscate the land. Remember Hawaii, Maui? Remember what they did there? They confiscated the land. So basically they're going to do a lot of destruction. This is what they imagine. The Lord said He's going to cut this short. That's scripture. All right. In the fullness of the sufficiency, He should be in straits. So, so what they did with Maui, the same thing, destroy that land by the DEW. If you don't know what that is, I'm sorry to tell you. Can't say these type of things no more. But yeah, so they confiscated that land, bought that land, got the people out of that land. So yeah, they're going to do the same thing with America.
The United States and the United Kingdom and the Ukraine. This is insane.
And the United Kingdom, as I say, 77.1%. That's the mother of America. All right. So yeah, Esau. Matter of fact, let me show you this, because it's the end of the video anyway.
Okay.
So if you've been in the truth for a little bit, I came across the truth in 2014. So I've been a follower of the truth for 10 years now. I've been teaching for almost 5 years. So I remember this. Remember when they was having all of those caskets, those 6-foot caskets. Basically, they was showing it all over the news and alternative news sites, and we was all saying that those 6-foot caskets is going to be, remember the Georgia Guidestones. This for the people who came across the truth back in the day. All right, so back in 2014, 15, 16, they was matter of fact, I'm gonna read. So it said a social media post claims that a major military industrial corporation projected Western populations will be cut in half by 2025, inexplicably, with the post linking the dire prediction to future biological warfare following the CV-19. You see what that say. All right. The text claimed the projections were discovered in 2014, pointing to the post comments for photo evidence. Now, this is the photo right here. As you see, when you look down, remember this? Now it's all starting to make sense. That's the things I was trying to articulate, but it wouldn't come into mind. But yeah, so these things all over these states. Like, what is these coffins doing here? Because people going to be in them. But according to the scriptures, they pretty much ain't not going to be used. Because remember in 2 Ezra 16, it talks about how bodies going to be in the street and no man should comfort them, which means no man should bury them. But the text claims the projections were discovered in 2014, pointing to the post comments for photo evidence, and the comment screenshots from the Deagle.com website show forecasts that the population of the United States and Australia would drop to 65 million and 8.9 million respectively by 2025. Now, last time I checked the population of America, it's like 330 something million. That's a lot of people got to go. And it says the Facebook post by a page administered from Australia had generated more than 550 interactions at the time of writing. So now I want to show you something, because this is what I've said for the past 2 years now. So we reading this. Let me see if I can highlight it so you can see where I'm starting at. All right there. Okay. So it said the 2025 project is no longer displayed on the Deagle site. I wonder why. But an archive version from the beginning of the year shows predictions for large population decline in the Western countries, but increases in countries like India, Brazil, and Indonesia. So I remember saying 2 years ago that the elites is done with America. It's done with this corporation. It did what it needed to do. It spread the wine into the four winds of the earth. Everybody's drunk off the Babylon juice. And now they're investing in the BRICS. So the BRICS is compromised. The thing is that the Lord is going to turn their heart against the elite, against America. But the BRICS is bought and paid for. This is something that they're investing in. So this is why they depopulate in Western countries, but increasing in countries like India and Brazil, which is part of the BRICS, and also the rest of them too. So now let's get to the scriptures. First scripture when I thought of when I was watching the video earlier, because I was like, let me go back to my old videos. It's this scripture right here. So it said that make the world as a wilderness, but destroy the cities there and destroy the cities thereof. And that's what they're planning to do. That open not the house of his prisoners. So you got all these people coming over here, these migrants. You think that they just over here, to live it up? No, they over here to do damage. And like I always say, and what the men of the Lord been saying, is a lot of these people are over here to either be destroyed or to be delivered, because this is the place of great deliverance. So when you look up this word wilderness, Madabar, and uninhabited land, and like I said, when you look at the letter B, uninhabited land, and I wish I could find that Deagle forecast map. They took it away. I actually had to save and it just disappeared. Just to show you that if Esau really don't want you to have stuff in your phone or video saved, they can get rid of it. But yeah, so uninhabited land, and that's what they're trying to do. Right now, this land is inhabited, but they're trying to make it uninhabited with very few people that they're trying to shove into a particular region that they can have everybody on top of each other, 15-minute cities where everything is in the vicinity, and then you're controlled by technology with a digital implant inside you. So that's what these devils is trying to do. And also, when you read the first 3 verses of this, because remember, we just got done watching the video, and it's going to be a whole bunch of deep pop going on. So it says, behold, Yahweh maketh the earth empty, and maketh it waste, and turneth it upside down, and scattereth abroad the inhabitants thereof. So when you look up the word, I want to say, it ain't Baquak. Is it Baquak? No, it's waste. This is the word I want to look up, because I want to look up Baquak in another scripture. So this is Balak for the word waste. Now you see right here, this is what's going to be happening all over the earth. Because when you annihilate, you also depop. You late, okay? So it says, behold, Yahweh maketh the earth empty, and maketh it waste, and turneth upside down the inhabitants thereof. And it shall be as with the people, so with the priest, as with the servant, so with his master, as with the maid, so with his mistress, as with the buyer, so with the borrower, as with the taker of usury, so with the giver of usury to him. So everybody, no matter what status that you are in, you're going to feel Jacob's trouble. You're going to feel Esau coming down with great wrath, because we have but a short time. It don't matter what nation you are, all right? If you ain't in that top elite family, why you think they got They're building underground, cities and bunkers and things like that. But everybody else that's on top of the land, oh, you gonna feel something. You might starve to death. You might get killed by the sword. You might get killed by a wild animal. All of this in the scriptures of the judgments that's coming to the earth. And it said the land shall be utterly emptied. We just got done seeing the report, the forecast, right, of 2025, and utterly spoiled, for Yahweh have spoken this word. So when you get this word empty, bakwak, and look at one of the words, look at one of the definitions. Depop. All right. So you got annihilate and you got depop. That's the devil coming down with great wrath. All right. So now the Lord also prophesied this in 2nd Esdras. It said, for there should be in every place and in the next cities a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord. They should be like madmen, sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord. But see, the difference between, as the scriptures goes into, is those who suffer as an evildoer and those who suffer as a Christian, as the scripture says, which is just a man of the Lord. Okay. So you got people who suffer for righteousness' sake and people who suffer as an evildoer. So the ones who suffer for righteousness' sake, as it say in Proverbs 14:32, we have hope in our death. And some of us is not going to taste death, as it say in Luke 9:27. Some of us not going to taste death, but for the ones who do taste death in the name of the Lord, they're going to be risen first, and they're going to be risen into their glory. They're going to get a crown on their head. That's 1 Thessalonians 4:16. All right. And we comfort each other with these words. So it don't matter if you have to lay down your life for the Lord or you endure to the end in the name of the Lord. If you are under the banner of Yahweh Ba'Shem Al-Bashai in truth and sincerity, you can't lose. Okay. So to end it on this, just want to show you that, hey man, we are in that time. We are in that time. So this is not the time to slack up. This is time to tighten up. This ain't the time to pray less. This is time to pray more. All right. So we don't have to worry about this. This is just a reporting on what's about to come to the earth, which, but salvation of the righteous is of Yahweh. He is their strength in the time of trouble. Trouble is coming, whether people believe it or not. And Yahweh should help them and deliver them. He should deliver them from the wicked and save them because they trust in him. So if you don't got faith in the Lord and you start to get faint-hearted when trouble comes, the Lord is not going to defend you. All right. So yes, trouble is coming. Seek ye the Lord while he may be found. Stay prayed up. Shalom.